Okay, today is Cheesy Analogy Day, and we're going to talk about our habits. We're going to talk about, like the maple, from time to time, we need to kind of look at the habits that we have, get rid of some of the bad habits, and pick up some good habits that might benefit us in the long run. Let's just flip the hat up and I'll look kind of dorky for you guys, because what the heck? We are going to talk about habits, because I was the poster child for bad habits. I used to smoke cigarettes, and I definitely ate more than I should, and I probably drank more than I should as well. And there were probably some other bad habits I had that I have forgotten. And it kind of is hard to break these habits, and I'm sure we all have a couple we'd like to kind of change. If you're human anyways. And I recently came across something that is... It's a falcon. It made a nest up in the trees. I recently came across something that made a lot of sense, and when I look back on my own personal history, I can see how the formation of what they call Keystone Habits made a really big difference on my personal journey to being healthier and more fit, and I want to share that with you guys. So, Keystone Habits. Keystone Habits are small habits that unintentionally or maybe intentionally can kind of cascade and have a positive impact in other areas of your life. For me, it was mountain biking. I started to mountain bike, and once I started to do that regularly, I realized that I was carrying a lot of extra weight up the hills, and I decided I was going to food journal, and that led to me losing some weight. And then when I lost some weight, I said, you know what, I can probably figure out how to get to the gym and do some strength training. And so I did that. And it led to a few other changes in my life that really have had a positive impact, all from that smaller kind of change of riding my bike more. A really classic example of a keystone habit that you may have heard about is making your bed. They say making your bed, if you do that every day and you get in the habit of doing that, that accomplishment can lead to you doing other things that are positive for your life. So how do you go about kind of picking up one of these keystone habits? Let's talk about that next. Okay, so how do I get started with the Keystone Habit? Well, I went on the interwebs and did some research with the Google, and here is kind of a list that I cobbled together that made a lot of sense to me. The first thing is get started. Just do it. No paralysis by analysis. Pick something and get started. You can always adjust later. The next thing is probably the most complicated thing, and it's not that complicated. It's the 21-90 rule, and that is the idea that psychologists have kind of proven out that if you do something for 21 days, it will become a habit. If you do something for 90 days, it will be ingrained into your life. So if you make your bed, if that's the thing you choose, 21 days, you're going to have to think about it. You're probably going to have to think about it a little bit longer than that. But if you do it for 90 days, it's something you don't even think about. You just do it. It's kind of like me going to the gym. I don't think about going to the gym anymore. I just pick up my gym bag and go. The third thing is start simple. Okay, my mountain biking analogy story earlier might have been a bad example because that's a little bit much. But another thing that I did was I decided I was going to drink 8 ounces of water when I got up before I had any caffeine, any coffee or tea. And I committed to doing that, and I still do that. And for some reason, I trick my brain into thinking that's a great thing to do, and it just gets my day feeling started like I'm doing something good for myself. So keep whatever it is simple, okay? The fourth thing, never miss 2 days in a row, okay? Just don't do it. Never miss 2 days in a row. And the fifth and final thing is don't burn yourself out. Don't kill yourself. Don't pick something that's so hard that you're going to end up kind of beating yourself up. That's kind of the opposite of what you want to do. The whole idea with this Keystone Habit is for you to be able to pick something simple that is good for you, and as you kind of kind of own that and do that, other parts of your life, it will affect other parts of your life, and other good behaviors will become kind of easier to take on. And that's really all there is to it. The whole idea behind these Keystone Habits is that you can start with something really, really small, and it's almost like planting a seed. And from there, it's going to grow and it's going to affect other parts of your life in a positive way. And unlike so many things that we try and do, we start out with these really big kind of changes that are hard to do. This one is completely achievable and something we all can do. I'm going to roll a list right now of some other keystone kind of habits that are commonly out there. You can take a look at this list and then maybe you can find one that works for you.